Well, hello, friends. Hello. Samsara, Dusty, Lydia Rose 93, and Amy Ward Art. Congratulations on first, second, and third. And Amy, thank you for your persistence at getting that button. Um, Kia ora indeed. I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday or Tuesday. I know it's Tuesday for a lot of you already. Let me just grab, not that we really need it, but we will drop in the YouTube link and pin it to the channel in case anything goes wonky on the Twitch side, just so we know that we're on both places. Um, and yeah, so what are we doing today? Amy once again has come up with a fantastic idea for a Tech Monday, and I have a list of things I wanted to work on already, but we're going to add in the starting up of ViatoTube, and we're going to do a little enhancement on a command I already have here. So some of the things that you all don't see is that behind the scenes, I'm not going to use them today, but I'm going to show them off a little bit. I have Start Mini, what all do I have? This is a good question. I should know this, but I don't use them as often right now. Start PNG Tuber, which will currently it just toggles my camera off in all of my scenes and replaces it with the PNG Tuber where appropriate. Now, we're going to do that today as a demo because I'm going to use ViatoTube as the example of the app we're going to start up. But I don't use ViatoTube anymore. I now use VTube Studio. So I also have Start VTuber, and I'm going to build that out. Then I have others like Start Retro. So when I'm on my retro scene, I want certain things to happen, certain things to behave a little bit different. Oh, surprise work meeting. Good luck, Samsara. I'll hold off on the recap, I think, until you get back. But we'll talk a little bit here at the beginning and then dive into that stuff. So good luck. I hope that everything goes okay. Okay. So yeah, so I have these different start commands and setups. Those are the other ones. So I currently have a variety of them. Now, I do have some that are scene specific. So if you look at the point redeems right now, you'll see a bunch of options. There's lots of different point redeems here, but there is one called Reset the Nintendo, and it is only available when I'm in the retro scene. And the way that works is uh, StreamerBot actually can detect what stream I'm currently in OBS, as well as a scene change. So when I toggle from one to the other, it checks it really quickly, and then it says, if you're in this scene, then do these things. So I'm using StreamerBot not just as a bot, but also as automation to make sure that things on the stream are set up to what's appropriate for what we're doing right now. So the reason this came up in Amy's channel is Amy uses a little PNG tuber character, but it's instead of being tied to a microphone, it's tied to TTS, which is really, really cool. Because ViatoTube will allow you to use any input for its audio source. So it will behave differently based on kind of what you're doing. And it has a lot of really cool built-in stuff. So that's what we use for the PNG tuber. So we'll be looking at that just a little bit. The other thing we'll be doing is not this year because I was not home at the time. For Valentine's Day this year. Yes, we're gonna be looking at word art. That's right. If you've got them, put your word arts in the chat. Oh, it helps if I do it in the right one. And if you can set it up, you can. Yes. Yeah, that part's tricky too. Why do you not come up? Oh, is that one special? Do we not have access to it? Or is it just hiding behind the pins and I can't see it? This is also entirely a possibility. Because I'm using a different chat box, and so it combines YouTube and Twitch into one spot, which is great. Oh, YouTube has given us new timeout lengths. Great. I will have to adjust everything on my automated bot for the Eagle Cam. Fun. I should have access. Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure I do. I think it's just that. Yeah, let me just try it, typing it. Yeah, there it is. It was just way up at the top of my screen, and my chat box for Twitch is about this big right now, because of everything else that's going on that I'm going to be working with here today. And you guys will get to see 3 copies of me. Caffeinated word art, indeed. Hello, Chai. Welcome in. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at a few different things. So one thing you all really enjoyed when the shot command was active, but it wasn't really doing anything yet. It was more just for me to test the basics and work on connecting a Discord webhook for automatically posting a screenshot. Now, what a lot of people have done is they've put together, you're working so half lurking. I totally appreciate that, Amy. Don't worry. The things we're going to talk about, I'll make sure to do highlights of the important stuff. This one's not going to be a big, long, hour, 2 hours on one topic. So we'll have some short little highlights that we put out there for that stuff. So I can send you the bite-sized pieces if and when you're ready for them. So yeah. But basically, we're going to look at. I'm going to save this for later because one topic posted a video and I want to watch it. And for some reason, YouTube is open. Oh, YouTube is open because I was going to my YouTube studio. That's right. Okay. So yes. So yes, we're going to be looking at that. We're also going to be looking at the screenshot functionality, but we're going to do a little bit of a twist on it. Until you distract me with other things. Saving new dresses to the cart. Amy! We're not opening my Amazon cart, okay? we might later, but not right now. Okay, this would be totally bad because it would probably dox the hell out of me. But how ridiculous would it be to do my orders from the last year? Here's all the crap I bought online. I think maybe we'll save that for Discord. Secretly sends a ninja to open Buy's Amazon cart when they're not looking. It's probably open. That's the problem with being me, is that you end up with so many windows that you forget what's open and what's not. And usually at least one of them shopping. Did I close all the shopping ones? Oh my God. I did. Please don't open the Amazon cart. It's closed right now and it should be that way. No, actually, what I'm shopping for on Amazon right now is a drawing tablet, and I'm trying to decide between if I want to go with an iPad versus getting. There's 2 others I'm looking at, and so it's various different features that I'm looking at. There is the XP Pen, which got really good reviews in articles, but wasn't the best reviewed in the actual product reviews. So I thought that was an interesting kind of dichotomy there. Then there's the Wacom Syntec 15 or 16, which is about the same size. It's got more of a paper texture on the tablet itself, so it has a little grip, more like you're drawing on paper. And I personally feel like I would like that. And from the reviews I saw, it worked really well for angles and different things you might be doing with the pen. It also has a wider variety of pen support or pencil support, whatever you want to call it. So I thought that was good. And then the XP Pen kind of has a little bit of a texture, but not much. And then the iPad has a smooth, like phone, like a surface like your phone, where it's just a very, very smooth finish. And so there's no resistance between the pen and the device unless the pen nib has texture. Um, so I'm not sure that's the way to go. I like the idea of the added functionality of an iPad and being able to take it remotely with me, but I want to be able to work directly inside of 3D spaces and video applications and Photoshop and others like that. So I pretty much ruled out the iPad as a realistic option for my use case. Um, but I have to decide quickly because we've got a lot of emote slots to fill up, and those two bonus ones, they're only there for like 60 days. So we better get them filled up with something. And I think that being able to draw would be awesome. You can get a protective film that makes it more like a Wacom tablet. Okay. That might. I don't know if that helps me enough on because of the application support side, but that might work on the XP pen. Um, but yeah, right now I'm leaning towards the Wacom, um, just trying to make some other decisions before I add more stuff. You don't like the Wacom tablet's cables and the chunky pen. You'd prefer the iPad. That's you. Yeah, that's okay. A lot of people now, especially from creators I see, use the iPad with Procreate. Um, Procreate just doesn't quite do what I want to do with graphics, so it may be fine. But yeah, just poured yourself a nice fresh cup of raspberry and strawberry tea in a nice big mug. Love that for you, Chai. And yes, hello, Starwind. How are you doing? So I cheated. I cheated on my drink. I got lazy. So I'm kind of testing it here. Um, it's instead of just pouring my old fashioned and making it myself, this is a store bought mix. So it has my bitters, orange, cherry, and simple syrup kind of mixed together in water. And you're supposed to do like one shot of that to two shots of whiskey. Uh, but measurements. Also, distraction achieved. Yes. Yeah. So we have been talking about making a distraction counter. We might still do that, but yes, get your work done. We're gonna do a little recap before we dive into all of the stream setup stuff. So I'm like going a couple of different ways. Hello, Mr. Troyer. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I am doing wonderfully. I've got a nice drink here. I'm crossing my fingers that I get a job offer letter this week. I had some really good interviews, and I haven't heard back yet. But the interview, the last one was the end of day on Thursday. So I'm just like in a holding pattern and crossing my fingers on that. Um, but but yeah, crossing my fingers because I'm not a big fan of being out of work. Ooh, in bed, yes, also nice. Um, so yeah, trying to think of what else. We're gonna be doing some recap stuff. We're gonna go through obviously the Twitch recap, but I thought it might be cool to look at some of the things that we painted this year. So I've got a bunch of minis all just off camera over to the side over here that we worked on. We might look at some clips. I'm not sure. We don't have a ton of clips, but we might do it anyways. Uh, so yeah, those are the main two kind of recappy things. It's been such a weird year, and I'm grateful to everyone that's been along for the ride, uh, and put up with us in our very, very random, um, very random stream schedules as I've been traveling. Uh, Gosh, it started almost at the beginning of this year because in February I ended up taking off and going down to Portland for about a week. Um, I don't remember if I tried to stream while I was there or not. I know Tay and I played Fortnite, and I tried to do it for my laptop, which was a disaster. Um, but I don't remember if I tried to stream. Maybe I did a small stream from my laptop there. I know I had to go buy cameras and everything else, and that was crazy. So I ended up running down there. We talked Monday night, like right as I was going live, and decided I was going down. And I had to work the next day. So I was like, okay, I have to work. Then I have to pack. Then I'll come see you after work the next day. So I drove down Wednesday night, which ended up being Valentine's Day. And we went to a Korean barbecue place that was just completely packed. We were able to get a table. We just couldn't get the all you can eat barbecue experience. But went down. I took my work laptop and my personal laptop. I forgot my camera. I think I brought my microphone, either my microphone or a headset. Um, and I sat down. I had one keyboard and one mouse for two computers, and I was moving them back and forth. So I ended up going to an electronics store, bought a C920, which is why Tay has two C920s now. Because when I left, I was like, I don't need to take another one home with me. And case in point on that is this is a Logitech Brio from Logitech that was a gift. This is a C920 that's plugged in. This is a C920 that is not plugged in. And I also have the OBSBot sitting here. So I have three cameras plugged in, one camera not plugged in, all right here. So I just didn't feel like I needed a fifth camera at the moment. But it was really fun, and it was good to be able to be there. And yeah, so I went back down that way in March. Was it March? God, this year's a blur. I didn't go down in March. Tay came up here in March, and just for a night, we went with MX Northwest and his wife, and went to Misfit Cabaret when they were in town. So that was fun. This is just Twitch adjacent stuff. I don't remember where else I went in March, but I was still working. Oh yeah, there's Mika. You come up. Up. Come on. You can't just sit there. They can't see you. Your head's behind a flower. She's like, get a treat, human. Yeah, we'll get her a treat. Thank you, Samsara. We are also, of course, listening to my 2023 rap list. So if you were wondering what I've been listening to, come on. Up. All the way. Come on. Oh, I gotta keep you up here, huh? Hi. Oh, you got me turning. All right, there's that. Let me get the other camera on. Do buttons. That button. You're like hanging on the edge of the glass there. Give me a pause up. Oh, we're gonna have to turn it back up for that. There we are. Pause up. Good girl. I need the new one so I can track a dog. Give me a high five. You missed. That's my leg. There you go. Good girl. Good girl, Nika. Thank you for the early Nika treat redeem. She's like, I'm still the star. I'm like, okay. Oh, those are gone. I guess I'll go look and see if I can find a thing in the yard. We'll go find dead things. We'll go find things in the yard. Yeah? All right, puppy, go on. All right, thank you for that. Do 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 do. My pharmacy is out of my meds, but I wasn't in need of filling any of them, so that's good. She was present and not working. Yes, definitely, definitely. Good behavior, good puppy. All right. So you felt heard in that meeting and it was quick. Welcome back. I'm really, really glad to hear that. I was just talking through a little bit of the things that I did this year that, I kept taking me away. So yeah, so I spent a bunch of time traveling back and forth to Portland. Obviously, things got shaken up a lot in April, becoming unemployed. Uh, but instead of just sitting here, I kind of just started going other places. There wasn't anything for me at home. I mean, my pets were here. Obviously, that was important, but my ex was still living with me and I just wanted to get out. So I spent a lot of time on the road. Okay, you're back. You came in early to try and catch a redeem and then went to make dinner, came back to see Nika treat. Perfect timing. I'm glad you made it back for that. And hopefully you got something wonderful for dinner. Um, why? I already gave you three. You don't get a beg for more. No, 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 no. That is not how this works. Not at all. Um, so yeah, so after becoming employed, things were shaking up a bit. Ended up going down to the beach and spending. I think I spent like 7 or 8 days down there, and most of it was just me, just hanging out. Broccoli cheese soup and crackers. Okay, wait. So what you understand from earlier are those two extra animated emotes using Twitch alerts are only for 60 days, or does it continue as long as you're using Twitch alerts? I don't know. I say that because I read it in a chat during a stream like learning thing earlier, and I don't know if there was any insider information or additional info released. I have not seen anything personally yet, so I'll have to look it up and get back to you. If somebody does find it and lets me know before then, that's awesome. But yeah, I personally have not looked it up yet. When you look at Discord to see if maybe there's a little more information and you get shocked by what you see instead. Where's button? Button. There we go. Buttons. Um, so yeah, so I ended up down at the coast, just hanging out and just I went oh god, I went to a place called Devil's Punch Bowl. And usually when I'm there, it's high tide. And when the tide comes in, the Devil's Punch Bowl, there's a bunch of rocks along the Oregon coast, a bunch of cliffside lava flows, things like that. And as the tide has beat against them, they've worn out all of these sea caves, uh, different shapes and sizes. And Devil's Punch Bowl is one that got punched out, but then the top of it caved in, like many, many years ago. This isn't a modern thing. Um, but in all of my life, I had only looked down on it from the parking lot up above. Quietly writes down Devil's Punch Bowl and lists of places to visit one day. Shy, if you get out here to this side, we will travel the coastlines because every 100 miles, it's completely different. The Oregon coast is probably my favorite. Washington's coastline is also a bunch of unique areas because we have the sound, like Puget Sound is a protected area. So we don't have like that, the force of the ocean because of it being inside of, the peninsula protecting everything. Um, but there's still a bunch of really, really neat places and lots of sandstone. I think it's myrtle trees that are growing out of cliff sides, things like that. And then as you get down towards southern Washington, it's just a bunch of like really flat, calm coastlines. It's cold, so like if it was California, these would be like sought after fantastic beaches, but here it's like hoodie weather every day. Um, and then you get down to Oregon, and you alternate between sandy beaches and cobblestone beaches and rocks that have been exposed to the water and all sorts of different terrain all along it, and it just makes for a really really nice drive. um so yeah, so I was all in my head. This was early May, and I went onto the beach and walked out across this kind of rock that you could tell is mostly covered in water, but the tide's out far enough that I can walk across it and it's just a few tide pools. And you can walk right into the side. The actual punch bowl itself is a cave with two entrances. And there's a TikTok up of me just, well, of just the waves because I didn't put myself in it. But um, I sat there for about a half an hour just with the waves crashing all around me, uh, watching until the tide started to come in. And then it's like, okay, like the last three waves have all been higher and higher and higher. And if I don't go now, that rock I need to use to get out of here is going to be underwater. So it's time. Um, but just to spend some time remembering, like, it's not all about sitting here in front of a computer and the whole work thing, especially being out of work. I had no idea then what this year held. Um, it has been, in the last few years, I've been very lucky that it's been easy to find work. I've been working steadily for the last, had been for the last 7 years. Actually, yeah, no, that's accurate. 7 years, because I'd actually been laid off 7 years ago. I got laid off on April 15th of 2016. Um, and I started my new job at the end of July. So May, June, July. So 3 months. That is the longest I had been unemployed since 2005, when I was running my own business and just struggling at the end of it because I'd lost my best client and I wasn't finding luck getting into, my next job. Um, so this year I'm still unemployed. It's now been, at the end of next week, it will be 8 months that I've been unemployed. And that's really scary. It's been really scary, which is why I'm really hopeful for this job. Uh, but sitting there on the beach that day, I was just like, I need more moments like this. I need, and I think I said this earlier in the year too, is that I needed to focus on enjoying the moments more instead of working so hard for what's going to happen tomorrow, what's next year hold, or what is this thing turn into, instead of what is this thing, just what is this? Um, so I spent a lot of time focusing on the individual moments for what they were, and that helped me immensely. And being there was one of those moments where I just needed to be there, just exist there. And I kind of talked about being in my head last stream. So yeah, so that was a really important one. The day after that, I drove down to a place called Seal Rock, and I don't remember if I posted, but there was a picture I took. There were people that were drawing, of course, obscene things on the beach, but they'd spelled out some words and rocks, and I just thought that was kind of cool. Um, I ended up walking down the beach, and I had to go over the edge down like this cliffside path. I say cliffside path. It's not like you drop straight down. It's just it's a steep path down a cliffside. Uh, I get down to the bottom, and I'm walking along that one. And again, I'm just alone, walking in the beach, looking in the sand, looking at the birds, things like that. And I picked up a little rock, a little piece of, not sure if it's pyrite or formica or something, but it's one of those things when it's wet, it shimmers like gold. And so I got to look at it and just sitting there and going, got me thinking about way to my past, like way, way back, like almost 20 years back. And the decisions I made that led me to where I was. Oh, I know it's probably pyrite because I think it's fool's gold, but we get both. So I've ended up with both, and I know Formica it looks very similar when it's wet, but it'll flake off differently. Um, that's one of the few rocks I do know. But yeah, so I'm holding this piece of fool's gold in my hand, and I'm like, I have spent all of my energy on career, on growing for these companies, on technically a mineral. Okay, okay, fine. I don't know that much about it. um, but pausing and thinking about it, like, it put everything in perspective, and I started looking at everything I'd been doing as if I was chasing fool's gold. I was chasing after, real gold, but still a fool. And I wasn't chasing after what mattered. And so it kind of shifted my focus for a bit. That also meant that I wasn't like rushing to find the next job. I was being a little bit more careful and selective. I had to let that go, unfortunately. But still, I feel good about the job that is potentially there. And I'm going to get in touch with them tomorrow if I don't hear back, because I'm very, very hopeful. But I didn't hear from them today, so I am going to follow up tomorrow. Let me open my email one more time before I start shutting things down on this computer. Okay. Yeah, nothing new. Good. Get out of here, email. All right. So we're going to take a quick look at some stuff. Thank you for the positive vibes. We're going to go into the Twitch side of things, but other stuff that I did this year, I got to end up going back down to the coast in August for a whole week with my brother and his fiance. Not fiance, they're not engaged. They might as well be, but they're not. My brother and his girlfriend and their kids, and we had an absolute wonderful time. I ended up seeing Tay on the way down. We went to Olive Garden, which was just kind of one of those goofy things that you do sometimes. But that was really fun. Gosh. Oh, and TwitchCon. Went to Vegas. That was the thing. I posted nothing from TwitchCon. Oh my god. I have pictures in my phone. I have pictures from friends. I posted one picture of Eros and I walking into TwitchCon in the convention center on the third day of TwitchCon, and that's the only thing I posted from there. I have like video from the airplanes. But no, I never got around to posting any of it. So maybe we'll post that by the end of the year. Maybe we'll do like year in review of all the things you didn't see. Rude. Don't be rude in bed, okay? If there's anywhere to not be rude, that is the place. Like, no. Give the people what they want. I will try to remember to. But yeah, it's been a year. And I spent a lot of time just traveling and spending time with friends and being where I needed to be in my head, and somehow still managed to stream a few hours more than last year, which baffles me because I was gone for almost all of September. Rudenbed gets disciplined. On that note, let's go into the bubble. Boom. All right, so our year in review, we're going to do the streamer one first, I think. Oh, I know that Amy earlier got away with painting the roses. But Samsara got caught. And you know the drill, folks. Off with the head! Okay, the recap. Where were we again? In bed. Embed bot has been a bad bot today. In bed, perhaps. Every time. All right, let's go with the creator first. So somehow we managed to stream 151 times this year. This categories, this is so wrong because we did Final Fantasy VII Remake. We played some Hollow Knight. We did some just chatting, some Zelda, some art. We did one hand clapping. What else have we done? We did When the Past Was Around. We did a little bit of Tell Me Why. So that's 8 already. So I know this categories one is not correct. But yeah, that one's wrong. 64 clips were made. So there's some clips out there. That's okay. Modding was wrong last year, so I don't mind that clips was wrong. This one blows my freaking mind. I know which stream it was, but reached a peak of 181 viewers. We are a tiny little channel. To see numbers like that, it for starters, it was an incredible stream, and we ended up with a couple of just really big raids and some great support from folks. And so yeah, that was a fantastic night. That's probably the reason why I kept going to begin with on streaming Tears of the Kingdom, because that's what we were playing that day. No, it wasn't even the charity stream. It was not. That would have made sense, but no, it was Tears of the Kingdom. And it was a series of one stream, which I was actually lurking in, rated to another stream right as it was ending, and that streamer rated us. And so we ended up with a big influx of viewers. And a few minutes later, another streamer in the Tears category ended, and we were sitting like second in the list. And so they just picked us and came over. So it was a complete coincidence just of circumstances that happened, and that a big stream can happen so spontaneously like that is amazing. You all sent 62.34 thousand chats. So what is that? 62,340-ish? Says top 5 categories. This makes a little more sense. And in our top 5 categories, we were in the top 10 for all 5. I'm like, top 10%. Art, Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Sims 4, and the Just Chatting. Yes, here we chatty chat in the chatty chat. Exactly. And yes, you guys definitely fill up the chat. Does anyone remember how to sew buttons on a Brother G2510? Honestly, no. I've only ever done buttons by hand, because I don't trust the machine to try to figure out where the buttonholes are and not to break the button in the process when I can just push the needle through 10 times or so and tie it off. I would love to know how the top 10% thing is calculated too. Absolutely. Because I saw that I'm both a top 10% viewer and in the categories. And it seems weird that I would be there in every category, but I know that the top 10% of Twitch does not take a lot either. Because if you look at like Stream Tracker, for your stats, it will show you that, like, if you're a steady streamer, you're probably already in the top 5%. If you've just started streaming and you've made affiliate, you're probably getting close to the top 15, 20% just at that point, because there are millions of streamers out there, and many of them stream for the first week and then don't stream again. So there's a big gap between the bottom and top. But that last like 0.01 or 0.001, the difference between, 2%, top 2% and top 0.1% is probably more extreme than the person who's never even gone live and everybody that's here. Probably everybody that we watch, to be that honest about that. Um, top 3 tags. All right, these make perfect sense. Transgender, English, and queer. Yeah. Our emotes. The heart, definitely your favorite with 2,771 times out there. She's laying behind me. I didn't want to say her name because I don't want to get her all riled up, but the sweet puppers over here, uh, almost 1,500 times that she's appeared on Twitch. Hyped, 913. Uwu, 780. And Happy, 424. Although it's just H, but Happy. Oops, bonus thrones. Hedgehog, hello, hello. How are you doing? It was great catching your stream the other day. This one surprised me. This is not my most exciting clip, but apparently it is the most popular clip. Those are rocky numbers. Yes, absolutely. Hold on. Where did I need to catch up with chat because apparently chat got a little sideways. You read the manual again. You're super lazy. Super lazy in bed. Pillow princess. Oh my god. Bedbot is apparently a pillow princess. Wow, you guys. Hearts and bonus thorns. Yes, need the spikes. Rocky numbers. Yeah, more puppers for sure. Surprised the pride one isn't. That is a really good one. What, you know what we're like. This is true. Lydia Rose dropping in with a prime. Thank you. Let me turn on the system audio before I open this clip up, and we'll stop the background noise. And we'll even push it to the YouTube folks. So if you're out there hanging out in YouTube, you can actually hear this next part as well. Am I not previewing live? I love that about YouTube. It's like, yeah, you're not paying attention to me. I'm going to just pause your show for a bit. I do know what you're like. This is very true. All right. This was seriously our best clip. Or best performing clip, I should say. Me using an infamous long bridge. That should get me up there. Like that I'm covering myself. Never mind that they're held together end to end, or that there's no center support. Shit! Whoops! Yeah, I'll give you that it's kind of funny. That's fair. I don't know. The googly eyes on Link. I know that was only like last week, but that was pretty good too. Well, I know that was only like. Let's not watch ourselves. Watch ourselves. Holy crap! That was too much. I want the past. Let's go here. This is safer. You were not prepared for it to move. Exactly. It was like one of those things where it spit out bubbles, and I thought that they were going to bounce and just deflect off of my... You were not surprised by your top clip at all. Do you want to share a link to your top clip, Amy? We'll totally watch it, if that's okay. I know most of you just saw this one. It was last month, but it just got posted to TikTok. Oh, this was an important one. This was actually a game changer right here. Technically, this was November. The camera. This is fun. This is a new effect. Hi, we're dropping frames. Everything's crazy. My power just flickered out. And this might be the coolest effect ever, and I don't think that I could replicate it if I wanted to. Obviously, with the power flickering, everything is struggling just a little bit right now. That was the death of my computer. My power went out, and after that, my computer power started shutting down randomly. Like it would stay on for 30 minutes and then just shut itself off. And it ended up being a fault in the processor and in the graphics card. So it completely fried my computer. It was absolutely a drug tip. You love that your top clip was from 2022. Clip by the lovely pup during the Untitled Goose Game stream. Nice. All right, let's do Amy's before we dive into more of these here. Oh, you are muted. Pause, unmute, back, maximize, play.
We do a couple winners or something at the end. So, yeah, it's what it is. Again, I did not expect this.
Broken streamer.
Fuck. We do a couple winners or something at the end. So, yeah, it's what it is. Again, I did not expect this. Fuck. We do a couple winners or something.
One, incredible. Two, I kind of want that sound effect. Oh, we've got Samsara's top clip of the year as well. All right, all right. If anyone else is in chat and has a top clip they want to share, I will be happy to pull it up if you want us to watch it. I don't know why this... Caster Labs, I know that you're following me, so if you would like some advice on your chat tool, hit me up. Oh, I know this one. I already saw this one, but we will go over here anyway.
Switching it over to the top cam. Why is it called the top cam? Because, wouldn't you? Switching it over to the top cam.
The quite literal top clip. All right, Chai's brought in their top clip. Now, is this your top clip all time, or is this your top clip of 2023? Actually, it might be both, because I don't think that you did... Pause. I need to go down just a little bit on the volume there. There we go.
She's not gonna be happy with you, sir. Sir, did you break my precious vase? Oh, sir. Sir. Oh, sir.
You're behind me.
How dare you break my vase? You're a terrible neighbor. You broke my vase.
Well done, Chai. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. This was the googly eyes. And this one I actually just clipped. I used an AI tool to go through one of my old streams, and unfortunately, it can only do under 3 hours. Streams that are under 3 hours, unless I wanted to give them like $100, which I didn't feel like it. Until I've improved a lot since then, you think? I've gotten used to what I'm doing here for sure. It's different types of stuff. But like, well, like we didn't even do spooky games this year. This was Halloween last year. The drag makeup, of course, was a good one. Outer Wilds. Oh, this is Outer Wilds DLC, and it's 2 years ago. Oh my gosh. If they want to release another game, I would not be disappointed. I'm glad that this is 9 months ago because I have the dragon sitting here in like things we painted pile. But this one I could have done a better job of getting the eyes lined up. It's very hard to do on the OBS screen. I don't know. I don't think they work quite as well on Link. Thank you, Chai, for clipping that one as well. Whoa. Oops, stop. We're gonna be looking at those. This one I didn't pull out, so we'll look at it real quick. There we are. Oh, this is the old Ghost Bride. It's really hard for the camera to find their faces. And then we painted the roses a little bit of red there. Give it a little bit of color. I bought a little turntable thing because of sitting there and turning that one in my hand. I was like, nope, this I need to get. I paint a lot of minis, so we're going to be looking at those after there's an ad break in about 4 minutes. So we're going to take a look at the minis right after that. So we're just spending a little bit of time on the Twitch recap side of things. Nika just came up and bumped my hand. She doesn't like it when my hand's on the mouse. She's like, no, that hand should be petting me, and that is its only purpose. You know, if you could come to the other side, that'd be better. Come over here. No, go back. And then around. Over here. Sit. That's a napkin. It's a napkin with whiskey on it. You cannot have it. Let's go back to the recap here since clips are fun, but I didn't do a lot of goals. I'm not a big goals person on the channel, but it's still fun to do that. And then we raised $685 together for charity on the Twitch charity system, plus another $1,000 on Tiltify when we did our fundraiser in February. So almost $1,700 that this community managed to raise this year. You just checked when your top clip Twitch chose was taken, and it was in mid-December 2022. Actually, only 3 days from exactly 1 year ago. That's what I was thinking. A lot of these year in review recaps run from December 1st through November 30th. So I started trying to think of things in those terms when people are like, well, how many hours did you stream and stuff like that? You all spent 566,986 channel points. Just wow. Oh, that's my cousin. My cousin is working in Unity and actually is trying to build a space game that he's trying to kind of rebuild an old space game that stopped being made because it's not supported anymore and he wants to play it. So he's rebuilding it, but he's running into some issues with too many objects, which is kind of an interesting problem. You have 121 points. You can currently contribute to that. Well, you'd be contributing to our 2024 stats at this point, but feel free to contribute as many as you want. I will be watching movies forever, and I just need to fire up like a permanent movie channel in the Discord, maybe hook up the laptop to the other side of things and just have it run movies all the time. And it'll be just a channel you can turn on. I'm going to snooze the ads so that we can get through scrolling this page. I think this one's funny. There's 416 new followers. But if I was to actually look at what we've retained for the year, it would be very different. Oh, and Amy has redeemed a gold movie ticket. Okay. Oh, how many did you just do? Go to my activity feed. Oh, just one. Okay. The small chat window, I swear, it confuses me. Whoops, you did not mean to click that. Well, we can give you your points back. That's fine. Unless you want to add another one to the list. I'm fine with that too. I started watching Sorcerer Hunters in the Discord the other night just because I wanted to watch a DVD that I didn't know what it was, and it was here on the shelf. But yeah, I would say only about maybe 200 to 300 of these actually stuck around. So there's a lot of zombie follows, a lot of raid in follows, and then never come back to the channel. Things like that. They happen. 68 new subscribers popped up throughout the year, 53 gifted subs, 7 hype trains. We're not a big hype train channel, but that's okay. And on shoutouts and raids, we raided out 144 times. I don't remember 7. Now that one. Oh, did you say Detroit Become Human? I meant to click this one because I keep meaning to redeem Detroit. I know how busy you are whenever you get to it. All right, we'll add it to the list. Right now, Stray Gods is on our list as soon as Chai approves. So we can either bump it or not. Up to you. Because I know, Chai, you want me to play Stray Gods, but you also want to play through some of it on your own first. So I'm happy to wait. Do Detroit first? All right. Well, there you go. Then probably not tonight because I have a feeling everything else is going to take up too much time to really get a start. But let's plan on Friday starting Detroit. And 222 shoutouts out there. We also were rated 185 times. Our loudest fans, no surprises here whatsoever. Our bot, these are not in order, by the way. They're just shuffled and they loaded differently earlier. But our bot, Amy, Annie, Smolder Ember, who we haven't seen in a while, Side Pie, the Darth Nader, Useful Title, Chai Latte Nebula, and Samsara Dusty. Appreciate all of you for being here and popping up in chat and hanging out and doing all the things. But yeah, there we go. There's our little recap we'll share out. Can I download this? Download. Perfect. All right. Viewer stuff really fast. You don't think you're going to get to it anytime soon? Okay. Fair enough. Well, I'll do Detroit, and then after it, I'll check back in with you, and we'll see where it is. We may go on with it. We'll decide. So I apparently watched 7,480 hours of Twitch. Visited 365 days, so did not miss a day on Twitch. So even though there were days when I was out in the woods at a festival and had no internet service until I got back at midnight, I still managed to check in every day. No surprises here. Aquarium, zoos, and animals. Okay, running an Eagle Cam. I'm streaming in that category. Of course, I'm watching that category. Just chatting. I mean, who isn't in just chatting a lot? Zelda, between Eros and Tay and Forever Julia and, oh my god, so many other streamers doing Tears of the Kingdom. I've watched a lot of it now. Art, just all of the different mini painters and traditional artists that we've been to. And then, of course, music. Spending time just hanging out in DJ streams, drumming streams, stuff like that. Literally, the only days you weren't on Twitch is when you were on the North Island. Yeah. Yeah. And then, which emotes did I use? Okay. So, I love my emotes. But I subscribe because I love all of your emotes, too. And of course, the first 6 months of the year were very, very heavily carried by Tay's emotes. With how many we throw into her chat during dance parties and stuff like that, it is no surprise to me that Tay DJ and Tay Hop are up at my top. They are really good, yeah. And then my own hype emote, because I do love the hype emote. It's just a fun one because everything's still except for the confetti cannon. It's just like, boom. And I really like that. And then Forever Julia's Anya wave emote. I just started watching Spy Family, but this emote is the freaking cutest way to say hi to people in chat. And I love it so, so much. So as I'm looking at animated emotes, wave is probably near the top of ones that I want to be able to have just so that I can pop in and say hi to people in different ways. I noticed like saying goodnight, I like to have sleep emotes. Saying hi, I like to have wave emotes. So, and I shuffle between them all. So we'll definitely see more of those. This is a lot of typing. I sent over 17,000 chat messages. Apparently, I don't lurk as much as I thought. I contributed to 128 hype trains and gifted 280 subs much earlier in the year because my money started to run out. So I haven't been doing a lot of that lately. While moderating on the 3 channels I moderate for, apparently I took 46 mod actions. I'm like, that has to be higher because I am sure that shoutouts are much, much higher than that, but probably not counted. Chat sent and mod channels account for, 5,500 or so. Bonus achievements, top Twitcher, category champion, and majestic moderator. I will accept anybody who wants to call me majestic. And then the badge unlocked, and it tells you you're a top user, so that's what these 2023s are in chat, is you are all top Twitchers. This one, I should have paused before I scrolled down here, but it's too late now. My top channel is totally unfair because I have it up when it's running. It is up 24 hours a day for days on end to make sure that everything's running smoothly, to make sure that if it needs moderation, it has it. There's our ads. We'll be right back. Well, hi, chat. Oh, it's a me. It is a you. I'll move myself back up. Boop. Oh, wait. That's not right. You're in the wrong spot. You're not very much in the wrong spot, but you're supposed to be over 10, down 10. There you go. Get those pixels and the spacings. You spy a heart too. You do see a heart. Absolutely. So my top emotes used over on that channel included the Amy glitter heart. I do love my heart emotes, my wave emotes. Arrows's uwu emote is like, anytime I'm just like, oh my god, that's so adorable. I'm like, that's the emote I need, is just a little ah. I don't have my channel point redeem button here. I will have to get you when I go to the browser again a little later. Below, it's late. It is very late, Annie. Hi. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I know that it's late. You probably need to be in bed right now, if you're not already. You're always using Arrows's uwu emote, plus Amy's heart were 2 of your most used in my chat. Oh, nice. I know you sent that in Discord, and I didn't pull it up here. Oh, yep. Arrows's laugh, Tehop, Arrows uwu, my heart, and Amy's heart, and Tehop. That's so good. You're feeding the cats and going to bed after. You made baked potato soup today, so you had to put that away as well. Oh, yum. That sounds tasty. We can bring the music back up. We're not in clip land anymore. Annie, did you look at your Twitch recap? I know that you're probably not at the computer. You posted a pic in the Discord. Okay. I will go over there. Oh, you posted a pic of the food in the Discord. That's why there's a light up on the recipe and food. Oh, and it's a crock pot. Oh, Annie, that looks so good. Oh my god. I'm going to dig up the potatoes in my garden tomorrow just to make this, whatever. I'll go shopping too. It's fine. This should happen. You can send the recipe? That would be amazing. There we go. The ads are over. Welcome back. Did I just start in the middle of this song? We can't start in the middle of that song. It builds energy. You can't just start there. FB Watch. Okay. I'm going to open that on another screen just in case it was the wrong thing, and then I'll bring it up. Oh, that's the recipe. Thank you, Annie. With hash browns. Oh my gosh. I would not have expected that. Thank you, thank you. I know you need to get to bed. I won't keep you any longer. We were showing off people's top clips of the year if you wanted to show one. But don't feel any pressure. I know you need to get to that rest. Because you actually have to wake up in the morning and are not a degenerate like me that gets to stay up until the sun comes up and then sleep a few hours. I'm hoping that time is nearing its end for me. So Glacier Gardens absolutely crushed every other channel. But if we are perfectly honest, there was a lot of time that was just me asleep and it was up on my screen. So I don't really count that one. So these I consider as my top 4 here. Starting with Tay, of course, with 586 hours watched. That would have been a lot more if I was home. I missed almost 2 months